You say the wrong thing in a meeting. Your chest tightens. Then your face goes hot. Everyone sees it happen. You think it's a glitch, a weakness, a malfunction in your nervous system. But the real answer is far stranger. Blushing isn't a mistake. It's a signal. And no other animal on Earth can send it. Not dogs, not chimps, not elephants, just you. Charles Darwin noticed this over a century ago. He called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. He wrote entire chapters trying to explain it. He studied blind people. He studied different cultures. He studied infants. Everywhere he looked, the pattern held. Only humans turned red from embarrassment. Why would evolution build a reflex that exposes your feelings? Why would it make hiding embarrassment impossible? It seemed backwards, almost cruel. Every other survival trait hides weakness. Camouflage hides prey from predators. Silence hides fear from rivals. But blushing does the opposite. It announces your vulnerability to everyone nearby. Think about what a blush actually does. Blood vessels under your cheeks widen. Your face turns red in seconds. You can't stop it. You can't fake it. Unlike a smile, you cannot perform a blush on command. That's the part that confused Darwin most. Every other human expression can be faked. You can force a laugh. You can force tears. You can even force a look of surprise. But you cannot force a blush. Actors have tried for centuries. None of them can summon one at will. So what is it actually for? Modern psychologist Dasher Keltner has spent decades studying this question. He argues blushing isn't about hiding, it's about broadcasting. A blush tells the people around you something specific. It says, I know I messed up. It says, I feel the rules. I respect the group. Keltner calls this an appeasement display, the same kind of signal a dog gives when it lowers its head, or a chimp gives when it bares its teeth in submission. Except humans do it with blood flow instead of body language. Here's where it gets stranger. Keltner ran studies on embarrassment displays. He showed people videos of others making public mistakes. Some of the actors blushed and looked away. Others stayed composed and confident. The viewers rated the blushing ones as more trustworthy, not less. Strangers rated them as more likable too. The blush wasn't a weakness. It was proof of good faith. It told the room, I am still one of you. Your ancestors lived in small, tight groups. 50 people, maybe 100. Everyone depended on everyone else. There was no anonymity back then. If you cheated someone, the whole group would know by nightfall. Trust wasn't optional. It was survival. If you broke a social rule, the group needed proof you cared. Words could lie. A blush couldn't. That's the twist Darwin missed. Blushing isn't a flaw in the system. It's the system working exactly as designed. Researcher Ray Crozier picked up where Darwin left off. He spent years studying exactly when people blush hardest. Not during pain, not during fear, during self-conscious moments, moments of being watched. Crozier found something almost poetic. The blush gets stronger the more people are looking. Alone in a room, you barely blush at all. Surrounded by eyes, your face floods with color. Add a mirror to the room, and it gets worse. Even the idea of being observed is enough. Your body isn't reacting to the mistake itself. It's reacting to being seen making it. That single detail rewires the whole story. Blushing was never about you. It was always about the group watching you. Think about the last time you blushed. Was it during a private failure or a public one? Almost certainly public. Trip in an empty hallway, you laugh it off. Trip in a crowded hallway, your face burns instantly. Same event. Completely different biology. That's not coincidence. That's 10,000 generations of social wiring. Your brain evolved to treat an audience as a threat to your status, and a blush evolved as damage control. It's a built-in apology, sent before your mouth can even form the words. Children don't blush the way adults do. Toddlers rarely show it at all. The reflex appears around age 3 or 4. That's exactly when children start understanding how others see them. Before that age, a child has no concept of an audience. There's nothing yet to blush for. The moment self-awareness switches on, the blush switches on with it. That timing is not a coincidence. It's a map of exactly what blushing requires. Darwin didn't stop at healthy-sighted adults. He wrote letters to missionaries across the world. He asked about blushing in dozens of different cultures. From Australia to South Africa to Japan, the answers matched. People blushed everywhere, regardless of language or custom. That told Darwin something important. This wasn't a learned habit. It was built into human biology itself. He also studied people who were born blind. If blushing were purely about watching others react, blind people might not do it. But they blushed anyway, in front of people they had never seen. That detail floored him. It meant blushing wasn't triggered by sight alone. It was triggered by the mere awareness of being judged. You don't need to see the audience to feel it watching. You just need to know it's there. That single fact reshaped how scientists understood the reflex. It wasn't a response to eyes. It was a response to imagined eyes. Your mind can conjure an audience out of nothing. A text left unread. A silence after a joke. Your face can react to a room that isn't even real. Now here's the part that should really unsettle you. Blushing activates a brain region tied to self-awareness. The medial prefrontal cortex lights up the moment you feel exposed. This is the same region involved in thinking about what others think of you. In other words, blushing requires imagining someone else's judgment. No animal without that capacity can blush. Chimps can feel fear. Dogs can feel submission. But neither can imagine being judged by a peer. That imagination is uniquely human, and blushing is its visible signature. It's one of the only emotions written directly onto your skin. You cannot read a chimp's shame on its face. You can read a human's from across a room. So the modern world creates a strange problem. You live surrounded by more strangers than any human in history. Elevators, video calls, crowded trains. Every one of them a potential audience. Your ancient blush reflex wasn't built for this many eyes. It was built for 50 familiar faces, not 50,000. That's why public speaking terrifies so many people. Not because of the content, because of visibility. Your body treats a crowd like your entire tribe judging you at once. The blush response overloads. It doesn't know the difference between 100 followers and 100 cave mates. To your nervous system, a live stream feels like a village square. People now spend money to suppress it. Makeup, filters, color-correcting foundation, an entire industry built to hide a 10,000-year-old trust signal. Beauty companies now sell products specifically marketed against redness. They call it a flaw to cover. Your ancestors would have called it honesty. But here's the twist nobody expects. Hiding your blush might be costing you something. Remember Keltner's research. Visible embarrassment builds trust. People who never show it can seem cold, even dishonest. A poker face works in poker. It backfires in real human connection. In dating, in friendship, in negotiation, a stiff face reads as distant. A blush reads as real. Your reddening cheeks might be your most honest feature. They can't be edited. They can't be rehearsed. They show up whether you want them to or not. In a world full of filtered faces, that might be rare. That might even be valuable. Some researchers now argue blushing is a kind of social glue. It keeps small errors from becoming big ruptures. It says sorry before an apology is even spoken. Without it, minor conflicts might escalate more often. Groups without a way to signal remorse struggle to stay close. Blushing may have helped hold entire communities together. One involuntary reflex, quietly preventing centuries of grudges. Think about how rare that is in nature. Most animals resolve conflict through dominance, through force, through fleeing. Humans resolve some of it through a change in skin color. No claws, no chase, no violence, just blood rushing to the surface of your face. A silent message, understood instantly by everyone nearby. It might be one of the quietest inventions evolution ever produced, and it has been running, unedited, for as long as humans have existed. Look at how dating apps handle this today. A photo can't blush. A profile can't apologize. So an entire generation dates without the one signal built for trust. No wonder first messages feel so tense. No wonder a first date in person feels so different from texting. In person, the blush is back. The old signal returns the moment two real faces meet. Video calls sit somewhere strange in between. You can see a face, but the eye contact is fake. Cameras place your gaze slightly off from the other person's. Some researchers think this weakens the blush response. You're seen, but not quite watched. It might explain why video meetings feel oddly hollow. The oldest trust signal in your body isn't landing quite right. Culture also shapes how visible a blush becomes.
Lighter skin shows redness more easily than darker skin. But researchers have found the underlying reflex is the same for everyone. Blood flow increases, skin temperature rises, the signal fires. Only the visibility on the surface differs. The biology of trust doesn't discriminate. Only the lighting does. Gender plays a role too. Some studies suggest women report blushing more often than men, not because their bodies work differently, because social training pushes men to suppress the display. Boys are told early to hide embarrassment, girls less so. The reflex is universal. The permission to show it is not. So think again about that meeting. The wrong word, the hot cheeks, the eyes on you. You thought it was your body betraying you. It wasn't betrayal. It was your oldest ancestor's trust signal, still running, still working, still trying to tell the room the same thing it always has. I see you watching. I know I slipped. I still belong here. You don't glitch when you blush. You reveal the one thing evolution never let you fake.